And we always see that in Bangladesh, there is a buyer syndrome. We adopt technology when buyer pushes us. We are never on the leadership side of implementing innovation or developing innovation. We are always the follower. I asked this few years back to the president of BASIS, which is the Bangladesh software associations represent the software sector, IT sector. They couldn't tell that how much software we import in Bangladesh and the value of, but all of our garment factories are using different type of software. And we have got plenty of universities with computer science degrees. We have never focused on developing software tools, homegrown software tools or homegrown IT tools for our apparel industry. Instead, when it comes to government's focus, I would say this is one of the key areas they can prioritize that will support both our IT sector as well as the apparel sector to develop and modifying existing software tools or developing new tools that will fit our apparel industry better, and also bringing the expert from the IT sectors and garment sector together so that we can develop tools and systems that will enhance the creativity, design development, production efficiency, and the sustainability aspects indices. Thank you. Thank you very much. When we talk about digital fashion and Bangladesh together, I see an immense opportunity for Bangladesh. As all of you know, when it comes to Bangladesh apparel industry, Bangladesh apparel export, traditionally we do the cutting and sewing job, the tailoring job. Now, for the knitwear industry, we are producing the materials as well. So for knitwear industry, it is to some extent material, then cutting, sewing, and export. But at no places we do develop or produce designs. Design is still developed by our buyers, which are the fashion retailers, and given to us, and we produce accordingly. Digital fashion, virtual prototyping, and the software tools available nowadays on the market give an ample opportunity to tap this market, going to the design phase, developing design, because 3D design, you develop a pattern and then visualize in 3D garment, and then you can show your design to buyer. So sampling becomes quite simple and matter of minutes only. And we have got a lot of talents in Bangladesh, a lot of creative minds. So employing them, bringing them in this sector, creating design as per the demand of the international market, and offering this virtual product or virtual catwalk or virtual samples to buyer to choose from. And if any of them get chosen by the buyer, and then you are selling design your product, and also you are keeping your buyer hooked to you for future. So that's the key thing that I see when it comes to this use of digital tool. But unfortunately, the fact is, like everywhere in the world, there is always a resistance when it comes to technology adoption. And in our case, from my experience, because I worked in the apparel industry in Bangladesh, in the buying sector in Bangladesh as well in my early career, and we always see that in Bangladesh there is a buyer syndrome. We adopt technology when buyer pushes us. We are never on the leadership side of implementing innovation or developing innovation. We are always the follower. I'm telling this because my PhD was on developing 3D prototyping tools for the fashion industry back in 2010, 11, 12. This Glow 3D, Style 3D, this kind of software tools were not available. At Manchester University, I used those tools which are used for automobile industry or aerospace industry, but it still got some 3D simulation component in it to apply for the fashion industry and to provide evidence that this kind of simulation can be done, and also applied for the apparel industry. I did publications, and I see this, the Glow 3D, Style 3D, this kind of tools, use or include the features that I suggested out of my PhD work. And during that time, as I worked in the buying sector in Bangladesh, in the buying houses, and worked for international retailers, I started to communicate to my colleagues, Bangladeshi colleagues who are working in the buying house or the garments factory, and have been suggesting them that go for it, be the leader of adopting this kind of tool instead of waiting for buyer to push you to to take it. But they didn't respond at all. But then after the COVID pandemic, when we all started using digital tools and focusing more and more on digitalizations, then my friends are coming started to come back to me, which tool should I take? Is cloth 3D better than style 3D, or these kind of things? But then it was too late. China and our neighboring countries were well ahead of us adopting these tools. In Bangladesh, we have started using cloth 3D. In many factories are using now, but they are still exploiting the fundamental things of it. They are not in investigating or exploring how the creative bit can be found and extracted out of it, and then buyer can be attracted through innovative designs, so that we can move into that concept of business, that's design, product, and shipment. So that's what I want to say for time being, but I will elaborate this in course of time during the discussion.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's great. So um, I know if I just, before I go to the industry expert, Mr. Mustafiz, I'm just wondering about one particular thing that when we talk about this kind of innovation, barriers, and so on, what role the government can play, what role the other stakeholders can play. Can they actually? You are talking about the buyers, pressure from the buying house, pressure from the broader kind of community thing, but these are the stakeholders which actually have immense power to get things done. So, what do you think? Did you
I
hear
think
my?
Dr. Dr. Sayem, I think you need to respond to this.
Did you?
Okay, buyers. Sorry, government's influence in adopting the technology. Okay,
Yeah.
right. The software tools, the style 3D is getting very popular next to cloth 3D. The software is being developed in China. The software cloth 3D is developed in Korea. In the recent past, we saw the software tools like Lectra, Gerber, Optitex. Those were all European or American systems. Now these tools have been, the market has been taken by the Koreans and the in Chinese. In Bangladesh, we are talking about this IT sectors for long. We are talking about exporting software tools. I asked this a few years back to the president of BASIS, which is the Bangladesh software associations, and represent the software sector, IT sector. They couldn't tell that how much software we import in Bangladesh and the value of this. But all of our garment factories are using different type of software tools. And we have got plenty of universities with computer science degrees. We have never focused on developing software tools, homegrown software tools or homegrown IT tools for our apparel industry. Instead, we always focusing on buying this expensive stuff from abroad. So when it comes to government's focus, I would say this is one of the key area they can prioritize that will support both our IT sector as well as the apparel sector to develop and modifying existing software tools or developing new tools that will fit our apparel industry better, and also bringing the expert from the IT sectors and government sector together so that we can develop tools and system that will enhance the creativity, design development, uh, production efficiency, and the sustainability aspects, indices could be measured and improved. Those kind of tools to develop and provide and make available for the industry. That's the thing I can see. Not only just learning the foreign system and implementing it, rather coming out with homegrown solutions. Okay, our apparel industry produces a product for international markets, and for our graduates, it's important to know or and experience the taste of the international consumers and the buyers to be able to produce according to their requirements. But our educational institutions as well as our industry never offered this opportunity to our youngsters to come abroad, spend few weeks, and get the taste of the international market, and go back and implement this at home, which is being done by the other countries, India, Pakistan, Sri Lankans. They are sending their students for a few weeks to months to our universities, but that's never been done in Bangladesh. When it comes to this point, we have never money, but we know that billions of dollars have been siphoned out of Bangladesh. So plenty of money is there, but when it comes to training up youngsters, we don't have any money. Our universities are active, proactive, like Professor Khan. They come to our university and wants to do collaboration, but in most of the case, the demand from the Bangladesh side is to offer free scholarship, free things to to them from the international side. But you have to understand that universities in the UK and Europe, they are not the donating agency. They won't do it for free without their benefits. So if you want to get your students trained, you have to have a budget to send them regular basis to Europe and America and Australia, get them have some experience from that side, from the buyers, from the society, from the market, and collaboration with the students in those countries who will be in future the buyers of our country. And by doing this, you can improve everything: the communication skills, their confidence, their taste, which they can apply to produce market for the international product for the international market. So this have never happened. Money has never been there for this kind of things. We are lagging behind seriously in these sectors. Sri Lankans are doing collaboration with British universities regular basis. They do send their students. Even the Pearl Academy from India send their students to UK to spend certain amount of time, months or years, on their own funding, not with scholarship from the UK government or the UK universities. But have we ever done this in Bangladesh? But we know that there are a lot of money for the government officials to go for pleasure trip outside. So yeah, just to mention that we have to change our mindset. Right. This kind of questions are commonly asked. But before that, we have to understand what is AI and how can we use AI. The best thing is to, using AI as our assistant, as our, uh, sort of supporting hand for making decisions. There are a few software tools available when it comes to design, when it comes to, doing some, production related activity, for example, inspection. So there are AI tools being implemented. But we can't 100% rely on AI. AI alone will not do. So this is a wrong conception. AI alone will not do any benefit for us. So if we, the human being, can utilize AI efficiently, only then we'll get benefit out of it. So that blindly saying that we need to implement AI to increase our productivity or anything, that doesn't happen anyway. But few software tools are coming, so we need to get our youngsters trained so that they can better use them, adopt them, and then can take informed decisions at what stage and what level those tools can be used in the industry. And only by doing that we can get the benefit out of AI. I will 100% echo Bob's suggestions, and also want to make an appeal to BGMEA through our panelist, Mr. Mustafiz, to take it to the BGMEA board and make a decision that next 1 year, if they can sponsor at least 100 young graduates or students to send abroad in Europe and America to spend certain amount of times and bringing them home to employ in the industry, that could be a great initiative to start with, I would say.